So I have with me Anneke Van Giersbergen.
Yes.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, excited?
Excited, super excited to actually be here and talking to you. And it's a different thing than this than just you make an album. You have no idea and no control over who is anticipating it. So I'm extremely happy to talk to you. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what about thematically in the album? There's, every track has a different city on it.
Yeah.
What does that sort of represent?
It, we travel a lot when we tour, and I've been traveling for so many years. And every time you return to a city or a certain place in the world, you feel different because it is a different place from where you were yesterday. Mm-hmm. And so it either triggers something in you, being in a certain spot, or you think, this is what it feels like when I'm here. So a certain vibe, culturally, the people, the climate, everything is, it's very specific for that place. And I'm always inspired to write songs about anything, inspired by cities and places, by traveling. But I always thought, what if I write an album about these cities, And now I had formed VUUR, this band, and I thought, if I want to do this concept, I have to do it now with metal and prog-oriented music, because then you can be epic. You can talk, about it, make long songs, create this epic feeling, and be poetic in your lyrics, and talk about these vast, huge cities that we are in.
Mm-hmm.
I am from Holland, so I come from a small country. I'm from a small city. I lived in small villages. I live in a very small village right now. So for me, traveling does a lot but also to go out of my small country and a small village.
So, seeing as we're in London now, what does the London song sort of represent to you?
Well, sometimes I sing about a place and I see a city as an entity or as a character. And I write about that, but certain cities I wrote about actual things that went on here. For instance, in London, you had the Great Fire in 1906, which got my, I knew about it. I was thinking, if I write about that, but in a poetic way, that's epic on its own, right? Poetic. So I wrote about the angle of the fire, speaking to the inhabitants, making them frightened and so on.
Do you think that quite a lot of people were surprised when they first heard VUUR?
I think so. And now that I talk to people about it and the journalists heard the record, it's kind of what I get a lot, is that they didn't expect it to be such a tough record, like tough in, like heavy metal and prog oriented. For some reason they do expect me to be more like smooth in what I do, and also with the gentle storm, like a lot of beautiful low-paced passages in there, and this is just full-on energy and heavy. And I had that focus from the beginning, so for me it's natural. Like, okay, I want this, and we did even better than I was expecting.
Because I feel there's so much stigma in metal towards women.
Yeah.
And did you want to kind of like break that?
Not consciously, not necessarily, but I understand your question, because also what happens in metal with female vocals, at least until now there's like a whole new, way of integrating female vocals in metal music. So now you have the growlers, the screams, and the wonderful voices and so on. But up until now there was opera-like or beautiful vocals on top of opera-like beautiful metal.
Okay.
So the gothic metal, and everything was orchestrated, and the girls are wearing dresses, and so that was a thing. So that has a lot of beauty, and I think that's where you're going. It's also very feminine.
Yeah.
Although it's heavy music, it is also very feminine music with a lot of orchestration and everything. This big inspiration, like Devin Townsend's Gojira, all these sounds they're doing so much for me. It gives so much energy, but then beautiful vocals on it. Maybe non-operatic, but just lovely, beautiful vocals. Not like oh, I'm so lovely.
Yeah.
But just fucking energy, you know?
Do
You
you-
needed that.
Do you feel that, like women in metal, do you kind of get sort of shoehorned into that a little bit?
Yeah, people like things that are clear to them. And as an artist, you want to surprise people. So, and yourself, by the way. People and also fans, people who are following for a long time, they have a certain, for some reason, although I do a lot of different things in different genres, they do have a certain, okay, if Anneke's going back to metal music, then she'll do this.
Yeah.
Which was not, I think, not the case.
So finally, what does the name VUUR mean? Because it means passion, right? Like fire.
It means, it's the literal translation is fire in Dutch, but fire also in Dutch means like energy and drive, and because I like the short, powerful names like Yes and Kiss and and I thought, well, at one point I thought, yeah, VUUR, why not? It sounds equally powerful. It's short.
It's delicate.
Yeah, it has.
Cool.
Yeah. And at least you're gonna ask me about it. It will raise some eyebrows and it will get some attention. And I like that it's Dutch, although it's English language music. I like that it's Dutch, so it's close to me and close to us. It feels good to have a Dutch name.
Perfect. Well, thank you ever so much.
Thank you so much.